The air on January 18, 2015 was cold. At Stanford University, a party was in full swing. Laughter and music filled the night. Few knew this night would become infamous. Brock Turner, a student athlete, committed a crime behind a dumpster. Chanel Miller, then known as Emily Doe, was unconscious. Turner was found on top of her. 2 Swedish graduate students intervened. They stopped him and held him until the police arrived. Their bravery was a small light in the darkness. The news spread quickly across the campus and the nation. People were horrified by the details. The assault was brutal and undeniable. Many felt a deep sense of unease. How could this happen in such a place? The incident raised immediate questions about safety and consent, questions about the culture on college campuses. The story was just beginning to unfold. America watched and waited. The initial reports were deeply disturbing. A young woman had been violated. Her attacker was a privileged athlete. The contrast was stark and unsettling. This was not an isolated incident. It mirrored other stories from other campuses. But this case felt different somehow. It felt like a turning point. The evidence against Brock Turner was overwhelming. The 2 Swedish students were key eyewitnesses. They saw Turner in the act of assault. They chased him when he tried to flee. They held him down and waited for police. Their testimony was powerful and crucial. Physical evidence further solidified the case. Pine needles and debris were found on the victim and Turner. His DNA was found on her body. Her DNA was found on him. The victim was unconscious during the assault. She had a high blood alcohol content. She was incapable of giving consent. These facts were not in dispute. The forensic details painted a grim picture. Investigators meticulously gathered every piece of information. They documented the scene thoroughly. They interviewed witnesses. They analyzed text messages from Turner's phone. These messages revealed a disturbing mindset. They spoke of drug use and sexual encounters. They did not show remorse for his actions. Instead, they showed a pattern of behavior, a pattern that was deeply concerning. The evidence mounted, brick by brick. There was no question of mistaken identity. There was no ambiguity about the assault. Turner was caught and identified. Brock Turner was eventually convicted. A jury found him guilty on 3 felony counts. These included assault with intent to commit rape. He faced a potential of 14 years in state prison. The prosecution recommended a 6-year sentence. This recommendation itself felt lenient to many, given the severity of the crime, given the trauma inflicted upon the victim. But it was still a significant period of incarceration. Justice, it seemed, might be served. Then came the sentencing by Judge Aaron Persky. On June 2, 2016, he delivered his decision. 6 months in county jail, 3 years of probation. The courtroom was stunned into silence. Then a wave of disbelief and anger erupted. 6 months for such a violent crime. Judge Persky cited Turner's lack of prior record. He mentioned the severe impact a prison sentence would have on Turner. He spoke of alcohol being a factor for both. His reasoning felt like a betrayal to many. The public outcry was immediate and fierce. People across America were outraged. The sentence felt like a slap on the wrist. It felt like a dismissal of the victim's suffering. It highlighted a perceived 2-tiered justice system. One for the privileged, another for everyone else. Turner was white, an athlete, from a wealthy family. Many believed these factors influenced the light sentence. The hashtag #BrockTurner began trending. California passed new laws in response.